Good Friday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Joe Vazurek visiting with Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel. Chris, northwest Kansas and parts of the tri-state area woken to a blanket of fog this morning.
Yeah, Joe, similar to yesterday, we've got a fog advisory to start off our morning here, and it's for most of the tri-state area. There is some northwesterly winds that have started to clear Yuma County, Cheyenne County. That's starting to work into northern Sherman County and northwestern Thomas County. We're starting to see the fog break in those counties first, and then it'll start moving to the east along 25 and eventually to Highway 83 by the middle of the day. So we'll see these clearing skies this morning. We're starting off with temperatures around 29 out there in Burlington. We got 27 in Goodland, 31 in Colby, 30 in Atwood, 32 in McCook, and 36 in Oberlin. Visibility-wise, we've got the thickest fog out there in that Norton, Oberlin, Hill City areas to the Oakley, where we've got the quarter to half-mile visibilities, and out here to the west where we've got these northwesterly winds and starting to see some clearing along the state line. We've got 1 mile visibilities to 4 mile visibilities in Atwood, McCook, Colby, and locations along Highway 25. So those will be the ones that'll clear first here shortly after daybreak, and then it'll move off to the east. Temperatures will climb into the 50s. We'll have the 55-degree readings out along the Kansas-Colorado border, lower 50s along 25, and then get into those upper 40s to around 50 where it's clearing later to the east. Tonight's lows will drop into the upper 20s, and then for tomorrow and Sunday, we're going to see a nice warm-up into that 55 to 60-degree range. We'll continue to have these west-northwesterly winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and the overnight lows over the weekend will be right around that 30 degrees. And then we're going to start to see the weather change next week as we've got a low-pressure system that'll come over the Rockies. It'll flatten that high-pressure and ridge and northwesterly flow out to the west. That system will track from Cheyenne, Wyoming, through Nebraska, and end up somewhere around Kansas City and St. Louis on New Year's Eve, and that's where that snow track and rain track will be, just to our north. What it'll do to us is it'll swing our winds to a north direction there Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning. We could see gusts 40 to 50 mile an hour hitting that advisory and warning type criteria, so that's something we'll keep an eye on. As far as precipitation goes, we could have some rain, freezing rain, or sleety type snow along the front as it comes through in the afternoon hours, and a big switch in our temperatures along with those winds. We're going to see temperatures probably top out in the upper 40s to around 50, lower 50s, and then they'll drop overnight into the low 20s and only be in the 30s there for Tuesday and Wednesday for the new year. We're going to be seeing overnight lows going into the New Year's in the teens, and those 30-degree daytime high temperatures. Skies will be cloudy, and on the backside of that low pressure, we could have another piece of energy New Year's Eve night into New Year's morning that could give us a dusting of light snow or some light snow flurries. With those cold temperatures. As we get towards the end of the week, we'll see a gradual warm-up back into the 40s. We're probably looking upper 30s to around 40 on Thursday, heading towards the middle 40s on Friday. Should have a pretty nice weekend, and then we'll see what to model pans out there for the rest of January. Right now, it looks like we could return to some split flow on a couple of the models, showing the high pressure rebuilding out to the west, the cold air staying in the eastern U.S. and the northeast, with the storm track to our north, and then another one, the Canadian model, is bringing it more zonal and tracking some storm systems across the 4th and the 5th, the 7th, 8th, and heading into that middle parts of January, which would be more active for us if that model would pan out. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Until then, we're going to see 4 days in the 50s, and then we're going to see our temperatures crash into the 30s and feel a little bit like winter for the new year.
All right. Once again, that's Ag meteorologist Chris Schromick at Decision Weather and Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel. For KYVZ Radio, I'm Joe Vazurek.